You might casually stand entirely in a local supermarket parking lot and critically physically look at the relatively small, tight exterior dimensions of this compact daily sedan and automatically, completely incorrectly assume that your poor rear seat passengers will be brutally forcefully forced into doing highly uncomfortable, painful stretching yoga poses for the entire painful duration of a massive cross-country road trip. The brilliant interior design engineers managed to actually perform an absolute masterclass in completely volumetric spatial utilization, practically aggressively bending the highly established strict laws of physics to successfully carve out an incredibly highly spacious and beautifully airy cabin entirely from a remarkably small and highly maneuverable exterior footprint that is incredibly amazingly easy to park in crowded, cramped cities. Let us completely start our physical analytical dive exactly at the rear trunk storage area, because ultimate raw cargo capacity is highly usually the absolute ultimate total deal breaker for large growing families aggressively actively planning long-distance massive summer vacations. You are highly generously completely provided with exactly nearly 390 total cubic liters, or essentially exactly 390 cubic centimeters of absolute completely cavernous, totally uninterrupted cargo space, waiting completely highly hidden securely directly behind the rear passenger cloth seats. Unlike many incredibly expensive, totally modern cars, exactly where the massive, heavy, intrusive, thick metal trunk hinges violently actively swing entirely down and completely aggressively crush your fragile, expensive, hard-shell luggage exactly when you aggressively firmly close the rear lid, the smart physical hinge design utilized precisely here keeps the mechanical physical intrusion to an absolute totally bare minimum. If you suddenly, completely, and unexpectedly absolutely find yourself desperately actively needing to physically transport something incredibly highly long and physically entirely awkward, exactly like a massive flat-pack wooden heavy bookshelf from a massive Swedish retail furniture store, or a complete entire set of long, heavy, sharp winter ski equipment, the rear seat's soft backrests feature a highly incredibly convenient mechanism that smoothly actively folds them completely down. Moving our absolute critical physical attention entirely forward exactly to the rear passenger seating physical area, the exterior painted metal roofline of the entire car thoughtfully highly stays relatively completely high and totally completely flat for a surprisingly incredibly long distance exactly before sharply strongly sloping aggressively entirely down towards the heated rear glass window. The front two primary bucket seats are intelligently securely mounted on incredibly thick, heavy steel sliding rails, positioned highly entirely enough exactly off the carpeted metal heavy floor pan that rear-seated passengers can easily actively physically slide their heavy, incredibly bulky winter leather boots completely totally underneath them, actively giving a massive, strong psychological and very real physical perception of vastly extended rear legroom. The actual completely physical rear seat soft cushions themselves are highly heavily and aggressively thickly bolstered, complete with a highly specific, incredibly high-density firm polyurethane acoustic foam that successfully, effectively, completely actively prevents that totally dreaded, numb, painful, incredibly physical fatigue you highly usually experience deep completely in your lower back. When you are aggressively actively embarking completely on a massive long-distance tough cross-country family road trip, the ambient interior sound cabin acoustics actively play a surprisingly incredibly massive and completely crucial physical role exactly in your overall total mental travel comfort, heavily preventing highway road hypnosis and severe driver exhaustion.